The Miami Dolphins put up 70 points today on the Denver Broncos. The most points in an NFL game since 1966. Tua completed his first 17 passes in a row. The team had 726 total yards. They scored 10 touchdowns. Ryan, is this game an indictment on Denver, or is it a reflection of how good Miami is?
It's both. I think both can be true in this instant, right? Because you have a Miami team who Tua played like an MVP today, and by halftime, if we were voting, he probably would have got MVP. He was playing that good. Miami played phenomenally throughout the entire game, so much so that they scored 70 points. 70 points is more points than Denver has scored all year long in 3 combined games. I know it's a high score, but still, that's embarrassing on all fronts. This Denver team did not look organized. It didn't look like it even was there. I saw one clip of a bunch of security guards standing arm to arm with like 6-foot gaps between them, and they were like, well, there's Denver's defense today, and it sure enough was, because anybody who wanted a piece of the pie on Miami's offense today got it. And then you look at Denver's defense, right? It was touted last year as one of the top defenses. Well, it was not today. The speed on this Miami offense, you couldn't ignore it, right? These corners, these safeties, the line, nobody knew what to do on Denver's side of the ball. And if it was me, I wouldn't let the defensive coordinator get back on the plane to come back to Denver. There's just no way.
Not the way Sean Payton wanted to start out his stint in Denver.
Especially after running his mouth about Hackett, right?
Yeah, that not looking so good, right? I don't remember Hackett having 70 hung on him, but that's the interesting point, as you said. The thing about Denver, like last year, the defense was really, really good. And, later in the season, they just gave up because the offense wouldn't score points. This year, you were supposed to have that again. Like Patrick Surtain's playing well. He's one of the best corners in the league. He's about the only one. They are the worst defense in the league. They're allowing 460 yards a game. That is just baffling and unacceptable. And I know Sean Payton's an offensive guy. He's an offensive coach, but it really is staggering to see that happen. And I don't know like how it got there. I don't know what went wrong to send Denver down this path, but this is embarrassing. And you're going to see a lot of people yell Russell Wilson. They've been doing it all year. He hasn't been great, but he has been way better than last year. The problem for Denver is the defense. You cannot give up 700 yards to Miami at the end of the game. It was like a backyard football game.
Well, you mentioned that, and at first I thought, well, how long is Russell really going to be here? But then you go back and look at his stats. He's 23 for 38, 306 yards and a touchdown. Those aren't terrible stats. And when a team typically scores 20 points, the other team may score 37 at max. And so, yeah, you're right. The defense is what's bad, because a 37-20 doesn't sound that bad, right? It's not, okay, we anticipated that Denver was going to lose. That's about the gap between where we thought they would probably finish. Miami had the capabilities of beating them by 14 points, but 50? 50 points? You let any team come on the field and beat you by 50 points, you have to question everything about your team. Everything. Even you've got to look at the offense too and see, why didn't we just keep up a little bit? Because scoring 20 points, like, if your offense was able to stay on the field more, then this team wouldn't have the chance to score that many points. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a little bit of give and take. Ultimately, it's the defense's fault. I get that. It falls on their shoulders. You got to be tired of losing if you're a Denver fan, if you're a Denver player. You thought Sean Payton was going to come in here and completely, reignite the entire system, this organization, but it doesn't seem that anything is going to be able to put the fire back under this Denver team. Tristan, I don't know when we're going to see Denver be good again.
I don't know either. And this isn't something you fix in a season. I mean, I'm sure Denver started off the season bad. They were 0-2. I know you're going in and playing Miami, but they should have had something prepared to let them hang 70 on them. 70. Like, I've never seen a game like this. It looked like I was watching someone playing Madden on rookie mode. Yeah. And they were just like, they're calling Hail Mary every play. It didn't feel like a real football game. And you mentioned the time of possession, though. It's not that far off. Denver had it 26 minutes? Miami had it 33? It's just the fact that Miami could strike at will. The game was over in the second quarter. It is a genuine embarrassment. And do you think the ownership's having a conversation with Sean Payton tomorrow or tonight, there has to be something said, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, because you're the laughing stock of the NFL today, tomorrow, the next day, the next week, the rest of the year.
The next couple years. This is historic.
1966. 1966. Right. I don't think we'll see another team score 70 points for the rest of our time watching NFL if history proves us right.
Right.
But yeah, I think there's a conversation being had on the plane ride home. Like, I think it's that dire. I think it's that important. Get John Elway on the phone and get some help in there. John Elway, maybe he'll come back and run this organization better. I don't know what it's going to take, but I would start by burning it all down and rebuilding. I don't know another answer, to be quite honest with you. But I will say that watching Miami score is always fun. Watching them play on that field is just, it's another level. It's the best offense in the NFL.
Oh, yeah, not even close. And they didn't even have Jaylen Waddle. They were missing Jaylen Waddle. And they had their best offensive performance of the season, of the decade.
How mad do you got to be if you're Waddle today? Like, man, you missed out on a historic game.
I don't think you're mad. I think you're probably just stunned and hyped.
You're mad as a player. Like, you're mad that you didn't get out there and play and hang some touchdowns on this.
It's like, I would have got 3 of them, but regardless, like, the whole organization, if they stay healthy, and if Tua is healthy, he's a top 7 quarterback when he's healthy. He has gotten there. Mike McDaniel has gotten him there. This is a team no one wants to face. If they don't lose their quarterback, if they keep Hill, if everything goes, relatively smoothly, it's going to be a really difficult team to handle later in the season. And Sean Payton, they're stuck with the Russell Wilson contract, so I don't even know how much they can do. This is one of those games that when you go to the chalkboard and try to break down where did we start? Where did we go wrong? It's just, you can't even write anything on the chalkboard because it's such a fucking mess.